All right. Hello.
Oh, we're actually live.
We're actually live. How's everybody doing?
So should we just delete this one?
Yeah, I would delete it. All right. We'll give you a couple minutes to get over here. For whatever reason, the things that we do, sometimes we have lots of technical difficulties at times. That's what you get when you're trying to makeshift things around your house.
Man, I was doing such a good job setting everything up on this
I
thing,
know.
too.
I know. It has been a while, Paul. It's been a minute. Zach and I's schedules are just a little bit crazy between the two of us.
That's true.
For whatever reason, it just is the way it is. Everybody hear us okay, everything sound all right.
Do we sound good? I mean, we look terrible, but if we sound good, I guess that's all that matters. And whenever I say look terrible, I just mean like in the face.
Just we can. So Matt, what we're going to do with a merch store is kind of like at some point we're going to do like we'll open orders for T-shirts, or we'll open orders for the things that we decide that we're going to sell, and then close it and make orders. We're not big enough, and we don't do enough of that stuff in order to just kind of leave a store open. And from a cost perspective, it makes the most sense for us to take orders and then fulfill that order, because your shirt will be it'll be a better deal on the shirt for you if we do like huge, not huge, but big orders, things over 30 to 50 or whatever, makes a lot more sense for us. So that's going to kind of be maybe our midsummer kind of goal, is to do a first order of it and then see how it goes. But we're also we're getting ready to do our second lot of our Patreon members stuff. Mm-hmm. So if you're a Patreon member and you haven't gotten the things that the things that are kind of in your Patreon tier, we're about to do all those in the next week or two. So probably over the next month, those things will get sent out and get to those of you who those things are for. And after we're done with that, then the next goal will be to kind of do a merch day where we maybe see if we can sell some shirts, some hats, and stuff like that. What's up, Keith? Michael, hello. How's everybody doing? Steve? Yeah, the NCAA has definitely been exciting. There's been a few boring games, but
haven't watched one game so far, which is a travesty.
Yeah, I've watched a bunch of them. So,
so I think that.
Sorry for everybody who was on the other live stream thing and they're just now getting over here.
Well,
we apologize.
I did delete it, so
okay.
It should have went away. And
well, we pressed go live early, so we were like, oh, we'll get ahead of the game. We'll be in here early, let everybody come in. And
that's why now I have to go into our Patreon and repost the link. I forgot all about it.
And so that's what we do. Michael, yes, we did watch Louisville lose.
Couldn't happen to a bunch of better certain fans that are definitely not
watching. Good. JD, you got the Old Forester 117s on Saturday. That's good. They just dropped a new one, the 117 Rye. Has anybody tried that? I'm just curious.
I haven't even gotten it yet.
We were on a pick with the Junkies. Mm-hmm. We were on a pick with the Junkies when that kind of dropped. So we kind of...
True story. The label drop for the President's Choice Rye that dropped the night before, and I was like, oh no, they're not going to drop that whenever I'm down in Barton, are they?
Yeah.
And I was like, I literally called my wife and I said, you got to be on standby. And she's like, I got the kids. I don't care. Take them in there. They've been in there before.
Randall, you didn't drop out. We, for whatever reason, we tried to go live early and it just was giving me the wheel of death. So I had to exit out that whole one and redo the whole thing. this is kind of our lot whenever we try to do those things.
Okay, so
Jeremy, what's up? How are you, buddy?
Okay, cool. Oh, what's going on, Jeremy? I've seen him a whole bunch this week.
I know I've seen you.
I really should make that more of a regular.
I feel like I saw him last week, and then I saw him this week. It's been a...
Just letting you all know, Heaven Hill has big things coming.
Yes, yes, they do. Lots of big things.
Hey, Justin, what's up? No, I have not tried batch 4 of Rio. Oh, wait, that was saying for you.
Justin, I think you know my answer. No. I did try the Havana, and the maple is much better than the...
I thought the Havana was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I had zero expectations
Zero.
And I tried it, and I was like,
kind of made me think of like the Scotch finish 117.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
I
feel like we're up to date on everything. I got that. Checking in on this score.
I know, Jeremy, that would have been tragic for him to be short again. Been out.
All right, let's not ruin the theater of whenever we talk about the bottle later, whenever we open it up.
Hey,
right, we'll talk about it.
Jeremy Dirks, hello. Yeah, sorry, guys, about kicking y'all out and then all that other stuff. So,
hey, Joe, what's up? Appreciate you liking that pick. Nick also had a really good pick as well, to be fair. Keith, yeah, actually, I've heard some people say that they actually like the Havana better.
Well, why would you not? I mean, maple's way better than Ambarana. So,
all right, where's Glenn's at?
Glenn's are all over the place. Michael, for the Heaven Hill 19, you're gonna have to get there early because they're like dropping 24 at a time. I think that's their magic number. All 3 drops that they've done have been 24.
Jeremy, I was getting ready to say, have all the drops been that, or was like one short and one was big?
No, they've all been short.
Have they all been? Well, when I say big, like 40 bottles, I would think you would know, but.
Ooh, we gonna try 19 to begin today.
Well, it's
such a good day.
I figured before we would try that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're like, I don't care.
Me likey. DeWalt, he waited in line at 3 a.m. in the morning and sat there until 9:30 when they opened the doors and was, I don't know, what number, 15, 14?
Something like that, yeah.
14 or 15 in line. I would have been down there with him today.
No, you wouldn't have.
I would have, actually, because I really am excited to get this one. But I had to take a friend to the airport. So, no, I would have tried to get there at like 4:30. 5. Yeah, 5. I'd have done that.
When was the last time you got in 5 for any line?
I mean, it's been a few. I did it last year for... No, I did it this past year for something.
For what?
It was the big, long one. Maybe it was... I think I got there at 5:30. So, somewhere right around there. 5:30?
Yeah.
I did.
I don't know.
Hey, Scott, how are you doing?
Oh, good Lord.
Gosh, man. JD 14, Russell's Rear 15, fair trade.
I'm actually going to say no on this one. And here's why. There's no more Russell's 15 coming out. There's going to be more JD 14 coming out, and there's 24,000 bottles of that.
Yeah.
So it's they had about 30,000 bottles of last year's Coy Hill. So if you've seen it, there'll be a shot. But that JD,
and it's fresh on the market like this.
Exactly.
The JD 14
it's going to go
fresh
down.
Yeah, I saw them going for like $600 or $700, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Now they're going to go down. And you just got to figure out that sweet time of making that trade happen between their peak of flooding the market and then going down.
Yeah. Doug, I don't remember. I've tried a couple Frey Ranches, but I don't remember which ones they were that I tried. I just don't remember. Yeah, Jeremy, I thought that was correct. I thought the others had been 24 as well.
Okay, so they've all been 24. Somebody was saying that one of them was like short. Well, it was bigger than that, but I didn't know. So I was asking.
Ooh. Yeah.
But yeah, talking about this bottle really quick. So Dave and I went on a barrel pick with Dan from Bourbon Junkies and Nick and a couple other cool guys.
Missed you, Sean.
Gal from Texas. But before we went down, I went to Heaven Hill because what was the time? The pick was at 10.
Yes. Yeah, we got there.
So I'm like, well, I'll head down there and I'll get down there fairly early. I was like, I'll get down there like around like 4:35. And I drove a little bit to get out of bed. So I got down there like a smidge after 5, and I was number 25, and I missed it by 1.
Yeah.
On the first day I tried, and then that was very disappointing. Because originally I thought I missed about 2 or 3, which was still going to be disappointing.
Yeah, I was down there for the first drop.
Yeah, you went down there for that.
And missed about 20 people.
Yeah.
He called me and said that they were dropping 19, so I was like, all right, I'll head down. And, yeah, they only had 24 that day too, so...
Mm-hmm. And then I was pretty dedicated to go down today, thinking to myself, I'll gamble with today. Because I'm off this week. I'm on my sabbatical. And, well, I go back to work starting tomorrow, but I've been off for 7 straight days. So then I got down there. Gosh, I think it was like a little bit after 3.
Yeah.
That's when I got down there. And I was like 14th or something, 13th, 14th, 15th, whatever it was in line. I was still shocked I wasn't closer to 1 or 2. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, but it worked out. I mean, it was a much colder day, and that wind was whipping through there.
Yeah. Well, the weather's really dropped.
Yeah. Now I think it goes back to being 60 degrees around here tomorrow.
Yeah, we have, Alec, we have actually kind of had a come to Jesus moment with Larceny Barrel Proof. They have been pretty daggone good the last year.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, those are definitely good.
Hey, Jason, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, it's one of our rare appearances of going live, by the way.
Yes.
So
that definitely the rare. We're going to try. We want to do this all the time, actually.
Yeah.
It just somehow our schedules get to the point where it's almost impossible at times to make it happen.
Keith, at 3 a.m., the closest I've been at was 6th. Keith, I've been down there at 6 a.m. before and at 8 a.m. before I've been first. And I know, I get it. This is just now coming out and locals and so I know there were some locals up front who I know they were super nice and kind.
Yeah.
And then the people in front of me were from Lexington. So I still kind of consider that local. Like if you're from Louisville, Lexington, that's local to me. The guys behind me, there was 3 guys behind me. They were from Kansas City. Super good guys. They were down there for a bachelor party. So I was really happy because they were like, man, you think we're going to score? I'm like, well, you're either going to get a William Heaven Hill or this. Because those are the 2 things. That's the only 2 things I got right now.
I think the Old Fitz is done.
Yeah. And so, which they were cool, either one.
Yeah. Doug, he, sabbatical. No, he's not a teacher. He just works. He works a weird schedule. And when he gets his 7 days off, we call it his sabbatical.
Well, that's what we call it. It's what we call it at work.
It's when we get the lion's share of our work done when he's on sabbatical.
Kind of sure.
Yeah.
Well, we actually do a pretty good job.
We do.
There is 1 week out of the month where I'm working my 3 night works. That typically is hard because you have small group on Mondays.
Yeah.
And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is always tough for you with your kids and your life.
Yeah.
So, and
then Doug, the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof 924, I think that's the one we thought was pretty good too.
Which one?
The Elijah Craig 924.
Yeah, I think the C batch last year was the best one.
Yeah.
From last year.
Yeah.
Man, this is so much sweeter than I thought it was going to
be. Yeah, drink that top floor and full proof for sure. Anybody got an update on games? Just FYI.
Kansas crawled back into the game.
Well,
they're actually leading right now.
You know, the one thing that this Arkansas team has been really good at doing is blowing leads. Yes, it's blowing leads.
Against Kentucky, you can't talk smack for that one.
No.
Well, it's always talking about.
It's not good. I like.
I know smell. That nose is awesome. Yeah, I really like that nose. And I have purposely, by the way, I know there's a couple Jason in here, freaking Louisville, buddy. I would have told you from the get go, don't pick them, but
Hopefully you did not have them going further than just the one game against Creighton.
To be fair, though, Creighton is a good team.
No, Creighton's a really good
Creighton's a good team. I mean, if I'm Auburn, I would have been sitting there looking like, why do we have Creighton? Like, I would be really upset. Because I'm like, you're the number one overall seed in that. I think well, it was either them or Duke. I can't remember. But you're either number one, number two, and that's who you're giving me?
Yeah, Crypto. I actually picked the McNeese. I've always thought Will Wade was a really good coach. And
just terrible human being.
Yeah, not a good human being, but a good coach. So
yeah,
I think
where did they say he's going to get a job at?
Greg, shut your mouth. Nobody even invited you into this daggone live stream, Greg. Aren't you married? Just newly married?
For now, living his best life. Till Julie's life.
Greg, I thought we were friends.
No, you guys aren't as good of friends because somebody didn't go to their wedding and somebody did. You know what I'm saying?
He happened to have to get married on my son's birthday and a day when I needed to be back at church.
Oh, Jason, I'm shocked that people weren't happy. Is it because it's Michael, thank you, by the way, North Carolina State. Is it because it's going to be incredibly hard to get? Is that why? Because that's, what we always hear the same thing. We'll never see it, never get it, so we want to hate it. So
I just, be nice to get on that in that media sample. We've done everything we could.
Jeremy was asking me that day. He's like, "Did you already get a sample of them?" I'm like, "No, Jeremy, we're not on that list."
Jeremy,
we get the party list. We get to go party with them.
Which I'm like, cool. There's no complaints. That is definitely true.
Yeah,
but
that's a good point, Jason. I forgot about the price. Yeah,
what is the price? Is it like $350?
I think it's like. I guess I can look at my account and see how much I spent. I was literally in the middle of talking to people, and I literally just gave them my card and just paid for it, which I know sounds terrible.
That's basically what
it was. $349.79.
Okay, so $350
at Heaven Hill. So,
yes, Doug, 17 was the GOAT. Right here, the GOAT. Right here.
Jason, I get why people would say that, but I'm kind of getting to this point too. I'm like, I don't really care if it's high proof or low proof, as long as it's good. Like, just give me something that's good, and let's just.
Yeah.
I feel like Russell's 15 being not like a crazy high proof is like a really good example. Same thing with Old Fitz 13 last year being 100 proof is like a really good example of like, look what you can do.
Yeah.
If it's done right.
Yeah.
And I know that's hard for people to see and stuff and understand. And even at times, I'm always like, what would this be at 120, 130 proof? So I get it, but anyways.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, that's got a little more front end to it than I would have anticipated.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the first drink of the day too. I always sometimes blame it on that.
Yeah, actually, one that I got to try it. I won't say where I tried it, but I got to try some like first few batches of Heaven Hill Select Stock today.
Yeah,
like I think they came out like 2014.
Yeah,
so I got to.
Were those special?
Yeah, those were pretty good. and then the guys from Kansas City that was there. I had the Jack Daniel's 14 year, and I let them try it. And then I was like, I wasn't going to drink. And I was like, I'll go ahead and take a nip. So I technically can't say it wasn't my first whiskey of the day.
I don't think I've not had any of the Detling stuff. I don't know about Zach.
I have had some of it, but I don't remember. It was I think I've had it like 2 or 3 times, but it's been like at big events or parties or whatever, where I don't know if I maybe even had it over at Blake's room one time. And it's like you just start going through and it's just like a marathon of trying stuff left and right. And I'm trying to remember what it was. I felt like it was like, yeah, I don't even want to say because I just don't remember. But I feel like I've tried it before. I just can't remember.
I do think.
What's the thumbs down for?
I don't know who did the thing.
I hate that thing.
Did you do it?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't know who did it. Yeah, there's. I'm trying to hold off on.
I mean, look, for it being like a wheat whiskey, because I believe that's what it is. Before I speak out loud, yeah, I mean it's a wheat whiskey. I tend not to be a very big wheat whiskey fan. I mean, I've liked some, but just not a lot, and that's enjoyable. I like that. I like to be able to sit down with it with some more airtime.
Yeah, I think
airtime does. The palate seems solid. I think the nose is.
I do really like the nose. Yeah.
We are going to see what that 100 proof finish feels like, though, because that 100 proof finish does seem a little weakish.
I thought of everything on it, the finish is a little light.
Yeah,
it does. It's not that it doesn't taste good. It's just it just kind of disappears pretty quickly.
Yeah, but I will say this: I felt the exact same way about the Bardstown Bourbon Company Cathedral.
Blake, that's hilarious.
What?
No Detling in my sweet parties.
I'm sorry, Blake. Forgive me, Mr. Benson.
Blake, you just need to come to Louisville and do a sweet party.
Well, I talked to Blake this week about our idea.
Ooh.
So he was on board for that one.
Yes.
So we haven't, I think, honestly, I know I've talked to Blake about it, and I think I've only maybe mentioned something to Jim and Rob about it. I told Blake first.
Yeah.
I don't think I've told anybody else about it, well, besides you, but.
All right, that's good. I definitely want to. I wonder how this is going to do. Like the 18, I feel like the 18 we didn't love. We liked it, but we didn't love it when we first opened it. But then it just grew on us.
But that has been every single one of these.
Yeah,
every single one of the Heritage collections that we've tried, we've always been like, when we first review it, we're like,
Jason, you know, you're always invited.
Like, always. Kind of. I technically, but it would be for a barrel pick. So, every single time we've ever reviewed the Heritage Collection, like I said the same thing about the 17-year when I first had it. Said the same thing about the 20 and the 18. The 20 was definitely not my favorite because I'm just not a corn whiskey fan.
You like to keep that?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, every single time that we went back and reapproached it, and I mean, last year was a prime example of the 18-year whenever it smoked the C9 23.
Yeah.
I mean, it beat it like a drum for us in our blind, and we were both shocked.
Yeah. So,
for sure.
All right. What's the score of the Arkansas game? What are we at?
It is 67 all with 2 minutes, 14 seconds left.
2 minutes and 14 seconds. Adu's having like a career game.
Good. I wish he would have stayed. All right. Do you want to talk about these?
Yeah, let's do it.
No, I meant like you talk about them.
I mean, I know about as much about them as you know about them.
So this is.
So we had. This is Limestone Farm, and I honestly think
I don't even know which one we should start with.
I feel like the LF has been like these were given to us before. They had
the low proof one.
Yeah, this is 47.5.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll start with that one.
The LF is no longer. I don't think they're allowed to have the LF on there now.
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken, there was like some sort of court thing that they weren't happy with.
Who would have sat there and complained about that?
I'm not sure.
Who's LF and Jason? Do you know about? I guess it helps if I pull that up. I know Jason. I know you. Now, Jason, I will say I am rooting for St. John's just because I want to see the hatred between Cal and Rick because they hate each other. I mean, Bill Self and Cal hate each other.
Yeah.
But Rick and Cal really hate each other.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, they do.
Give me a bunch of hate in the game. I'm all about it.
Oh, hey, Doug, listen, man, a Woodford Reserve double oak pick, they're just so good. I've only had like one or two that I just haven't liked, but most of the time they just do them right.
Yeah, as long as we're not stuck drinking that green tea, black tea one.
I mean, sometimes that
one was terrible.
Oh, okay. So the Incredible Hulk, complain. I like that, Greg. Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, Jason, I didn't know you went to St. John's. I hear you.
So you got to be happy with what old Ricky P's doing.
Another great coach, probably terrible person.
Yes, great coach, terrible person. Patino's had kind of a resurgent.
Oh yeah, I mean he took advantage of pretty much all these situations where he's like, yeah, man, like love Pope and trying to get under the good graces again of Kentucky fans, which worked, to be fair. I mean, it worked. I still like to point out to everybody the last time he was in Rupp Arena, as he was walking out, he's flipping off everybody.
Yeah.
So, all right, Arkansas is up 1. All right, so really quick. See, they still have LF on their stuff.
That's just what I heard. So, I mean, it could be wrong.
So are we drinking the Kentucky straight bourbon? Is that what we're drinking right now?
Doug, Zach smokes more cigars than I have. I don't really have a go-to cigar. I like just, I don't have the refined cigar palate that really cares. I just like to have a good, like every once in a while, a good cigar is good with a bourbon. I just don't know much about them other than whether I like them or not.
Jason, I ran into Patino at a pizza place in Brooklyn once. It's the most New York Italian thing I can ever say.
That is definitely true.
My only good Patino story was I was I had won an award, and I was on the fire department at the time, and we had went to Morton's in downtown Louisville.
Oh, good old Morton's.
And we were supposed to go back into like the back room area and have like this like dinner for us, or whatever. It was like fire department related. And
it was taken.
Yeah, it was taken by Rick and his people. And when I say his people, like 4 or 5 dudes. And it was like it was the whole back room and him. And he just basically said, yeah, y'all got to leave.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, you can't be here.
So it was kind of like, cool. I guess, we couldn't have like the other half of the room that nobody like.
I'm about the last 15 seconds here.
The 30 tables in between us.
This one smells a little thin to me.
Yeah, so this is the Heritage Bloodlines. This is 6 years old, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, and right now this is Bourbon Outfitters. Bourbon Outfitters is $38.99. I mean, 6 years old. That's for $40. That's not terrible.
No, it just it smells
perfumey. Perfumey.
Yeah, perfumey and just a little thin. Like it smells
a little bit of like a banana hint on that.
He does do good things too. So we had a friend, and she was a hairdresser, and she did Rick's wife's hair. She got like a crazy cancer, and Rick and his wife paid for her to go to the Mayo Clinic and go through all this cancer treatment and stuff like that. They paid for her to go up and all this stuff, things that you would never know. And so there's always two sides to a dude. And I can respect the guy that even for doing something like that for somebody he probably really didn't know. His wife knew her, but and so that was super cool of him.
Yeah.
Couldn't happen to a better person. Bill Self's the worst.
He's also a guy, and there's like just certain coaches or programs who have done dirty stuff and have not gotten in trouble. Yeah. He's one of them. Like North Carolina basketball, they're another one.
Yeah. It tastes a little thin too. Thin and a little cinnamony.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think this probably isn't my favorite, because I agree. It does, even though it's 6 years old, it does drink youthy. Drinks a little sharp.
Yeah.
I agree with a little bit of the cinnamon. There's some oak on there. Yeah, I don't know if that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, this might be the like. If you're a Kansas fan, I'm sure that this is like one of those years where you're just like, what in the world happened? That's not what Bill Self does. But
no, to be fair to him, he's normally pretty consistent.
To be fair, you all do have Hunter Dickinson on your team, and he's the worst.
I didn't want him whenever he was
No. There was a chance that he was coming to Kentucky, and I was like, please do not let that guy come to Kentucky.
He's just kind of a black hole. Like, I hate saying it like that. Like, I think he's skilled.
I know, but there's only so many times you can hit a shot and tell the dude he's too small. Like, there's only so many times you can do that.
Whenever you're like 6'10" or whatever he is,
yes.
It's kind of easy. Yeah, to be fair, I don't love that one.
I do not love that one. All right, let's
over there. All right, which one do we want to go with next?
I'll let you pour the next one. This one's 111 proof. This is the select. That's 115 proof. What's that one?
Let's do the small batch. This is 113 something.
We do have like some extra samples of this too. Not opposed to finding a way to give those out.
It's all about the private batch.
Yeah.
Good to know. Maybe we'll save that one for last. I remember, yeah, because Jason, didn't you check these out or review them or something? I think it was like the night I popped on or whatever.
Yeah, I've not had anything from Found North. I don't know if Zach has. I've seen things about Found North. I just never had anything. Somebody was trying to trade us, and I don't know who it was, but they were talking about Found North, and we're looking for another bottle. Bourbon Dad, if I had to guess, I would say yes, because it feels like that's kind of what they've been releasing.
It's either going to be that or William Heaven Hill. So 13. So they don't have any more Ode Fitzes.
So if you haven't gotten the William Heaven Hill 13, I mean, it's going to be probably worth your time to stand in line if you're coming down here.
But if you're going, you better get there early. Like I said, I got there a little bit before 4 a.m. today.
As long as you're in the top 20, like to me, it's be in the top 25, 24.
24. Don't be 25.
Don't be
like
25.
Me, do
not be 25. Oh, good, JD. That is, I think, going to be our next barrel pick that we do.
Yeah, I haven't called Casey about it, but I think we're
we're doing kind of like we're not going there. We're going to have them. We're going to kind of do like a meetup at Zach's house probably, or maybe somewhere if we could do it somewhere else, maybe. But probably at Zach's house and have some people in. Again, but the Nashville will be the next one we do, and then the Still Austin, I think, after that. Unless we could squeeze something else in there. I still like to squeeze Jack Daniels in there somewhere.
Yeah, I just need to reach out about that.
Yeah.
I think we can.
Now, already the nose on this is way better.
I agree. Now, what's the note here? I don't want to ruin it. Because I kind of dig this, but it's getting ready to get weird.
Yeah, Keith, a Jack Daniels pick would be fire. I don't know what I would want to. I think I would, like in my own head, I think I would want to do a rye, a Jack Daniels rye, but that's just me.
We'll leave it up to Patreon to decide is what we'll do. It's the same thing like what we always do.
Jason, we'd love to do a pick with you for sure.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
There's something we can collab together and do something on. I know there is. Dan and I were just talking about it the other day whenever we went to 1792 about doing something together. So just hang out wherever we go, regardless. So just be a good time.
Jason, are you doing your thing again this year that you did? Just curious.
Hopefully, if he does, he doesn't do it. Or, it's not the same time as a storm happens where a tree falls in my grandma's place. Okay, are you gonna say what you think it is, or can I just go ahead and tell you my notes?
Go ahead.
So it's like it's like a brisket, like you're smoking, but you have like a coffee rub on it. And I don't know why it sounds weird or whatever, but I really enjoy that nose.
Happy birthday, Brandon! If it's your birthday today, if it's somewhere around here, happy birthday either way it goes.
But yeah, for going back to Jack Daniels really quick, pretty much anytime we do pick of something, I always try to put out there and be like, do y'all want a bourbon? Do y'all want a rye? Do y'all want me to try to do something finished? Thankfully, it seems like everybody's kind of on board with no finished stuff right now. Eventually, I know we will do something finished. And we actually have some good options for some finished stuff if we want to do it. But I'm kind of the mindset of like what everybody wants.
Oh, you are doing that Heaven Ale. Oh, that's cool. Our TV currently has our faces on it. Zach has some stuff going in it.
I guess I can turn on for the last few seconds. I'm a little behind in the game.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Keith, shut your mouth.
I'm not even looking at it, Keith.
Keith, shut your mouth.
Shame on you, Keith. I don't know what you said. Hopefully it was great.
Pecan finish.
Oh, pecan. I will say, I do love how March Madness, like the live stream for all of this, they just put up everything for free and you just live stream it. It's not a big deal. Like, why, like during like college football, like bowl game or whatever else.
That's got a tobacco note on the back end of this, by the way.
I guess I should drink it.
Yeah. It's really dry. It's drying on the back end too.
Oh, that's right up your alley.
Mm-hmm. Still feels a bit young to me.
Yeah, a little bit. It's much better though.
But it's much better than the blood.
That's not bad.
Bloodline.
That
or both of those are bloodline, right?
Yeah. So if I am reading this right, this is a blend of 6 to 9 year old barrels.
When are you doing the event at Heaven Hill? Is it going to be summer or fall?
A blend of 6 to 9 year old barrels, higher proof than the gray label, only 1,500 bottles per batch.
I mean, I like the tobacco feel to the back end of that. Mm-hmm. It's got a good taste. It's a little sharp on the front end again. I think that's why it feels young.
Though, I don't mind that sharpness to it. Like I don't mind that sharpness to it. I'm weird in this sense. It's just a note I like. I like a little bit of a sharp note. Like, for example, like an E.H. Taylor small batch, like kind of sharp note.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of reminds me of. It doesn't remind me of E.H. Taylor, but it has that note that I like. But I will say, though, the more you drink on it, the nose changes dramatically into like a 1792 bottle and bond.
Yeah.
I feel like this thing's just everywhere. Or maybe my palate is, who knows? Oh, yeah. So, unless something dramatic happens, Arkansas won that game. Well,
couldn't happen to a better team. Calipari, way to win a game when you couldn't at Kentucky.
I knew that was going to happen.
It's all right. I mean, they have a bunch of talent.
Kind of.
Those guys are talented. Like,
yeah. I guess I should.
Carter Knox, that guy, that Billy Richmond's. Again, he had 0 points today, but he's got talent.
I think he had potential.
Yes. Yeah. Potential. That's good. Rob, you are correct. There's nothing better than Kansas getting beat other than Louisville getting beat. So Those are the only two things that those are the only two things that are well. If Tennessee could have gotten beat tonight too, that probably would have been good.
No, I would rather us have a chance at beating them.
Yeah,
we're a terrible matchup for them. Like, honestly, I don't know why. Because, I do think Tennessee's actually a good team.
All right, so we're saying, which one was that? Was that this one?
Yes.
That was better than this one.
So what do you think of that? Like, what would you – because I think that's like –
yeah, that's not –
I don't know.
I like the tobacco. I like the tobacco finish on that.
Available for purchase in stores. I don't have a price on that. Yeah, I don't have anything on it.
RB, what's funny about beating the Vols? I mean, we've won. Kentucky's won twice this year. Just saying, it is hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah, I don't know what the price is on that, but if that's somewhat reasonable, I think that's I would give that a shot for a craft brand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that.
Yeah, that one's.
I like that one.
That one's definitely not. Again, I like the tobacco note on the back end of that. All right, light or dark?
Well, I think Jason was saying hold the private batch. Or he was saying that one's really good.
The select?
No, the private.
Hold the private, do the select. All right, got it.
I think that's how you get demonetized.
I get it, RB. Hey, listen, I bleed blue, you bleed orange. I get it. We can all get it. You know what we do agree on? The brown water.
Yeah, Ryan, that is true. Alabama did beat a team 3 times this year. Kind of beat them like a drum, too. Well, one game we had them close, but
2 games were really close.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, the score looked close in one of those games, but I don't think it was close. But we
weren't going to win it, but we were closer.
Here's my thing about Alabama, where I looked at Alabama is how they play.
Rob.
They are. Oh, yeah, no kidding. How Alabama plays and how Kentucky plays is very, very similar. And whenever 2 teams play very, very similar ball, typically just the better team, like whoever has like the better guys. Like I always compare it to Kentucky and Georgia. Yeah, I know this sounds crazy, but they play the exact same style of football. Yeah, so it's always going to be hard for Kentucky to beat that style. Yeah, and especially with the group that Kentucky has this year compared to the group that Alabama has this year, it's just going to be hard for them to beat them.
Blake, what blue? Please don't tell me you're a Duke fan.
No, he's a Colts fan. Actually, I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. I'm hoping that's what he's talking about. Blake.
Everybody on this live stream just threw up all together. I know, Michael.
I literally didn't love the guy.
Yeah. Luckily, everybody can have one shortcoming, Blake. That's yours, and that's okay. We love you either way it goes.
I guess I should look at...
Are you looking this one up?
I was, and then I somehow clicked off of it.
This is the select stock. Yes, premium bourbon with richness and complexity that exceeds expectations. Is that select? No, that's that's select batch. Is that right?
I'm guessing so.
Select batch. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Let's see. This is a 6 to 9 year old blend, 115 proof. Mash bill 78 corn, 13% rye, 9% malted barley.
Oh, Joshua, you're gonna if you've not had the Disco 11, you're gonna love the Disco 11. That's my fave.
Yeah, it's really good.
Girth, you're right. Bob Knight was again terrible human being, great coach. It is what it is.
So, y'all want to hear an interesting true story?
Whiskey, when we blinded Disco 12 and 11, 11 got mine, but I like the sweeter profile, the dark fruit of the 12. I mean, it was really, complaining about 1A and 1B, whatever.
True story. Oh, first off, Disco 12 guy over here. But Disco 11's great too. I think both of them are legitimately great. I'm actually really interested what 13's going to be like this year. I'm really curious about which.
I know, which Rob, you keep screaming Disco 8. Disco 8 was fine. It was good.
So, true story, fun fact about Bob
Disco
Knight.
11 still had, again, Disco 11 was a big release.
Disco, it wasn't that big.
It was 6,000 bottles or something like that.
Yeah, compared to previous ones that were over 20.
Yeah, I get that. But Disco 12 was...
Disco 12 was much smaller.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was big in comparison.
So, true story about Bob Knight. My father argued and fought with my mom on naming me Bobby Montgomery.
Well, I'm glad they didn't.
I'm so glad that didn't work out. First off, no disrespect to Bob's. I just don't know if I can pull that off. But two, being named after him, not a fan. Not a fan, sorry.
Oh, Smoke Hill, we did that review. When did we do that review? A month ago? We probably did that a month ago.
Are you talking about Smoke Eye Hill?
Yeah, Smoke Eye Hill.
I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Doug asked about Smoke Eye. Well, we liked Smoke Eye Hill. Like, it was good.
That was really good.
It wasn't the GTS killer that it claimed to be, or what people were saying. But
no, but I think it's really solid. Now I'll say this though, probably better than most stags that have come out here recently.
Can I create a poll on here? I don't know if I can create a poll on here. I think that is a good poll to be had. The Smoke Eye Hill is good. It is really, really, really good. But they were pitting it against GTS, and it is what it is. I have not tried the PFG bomb burgers, but I've heard good things about it.
I want to see
Robert. Did we? I think I had Disco 3 from.
You had it from Steve Nally.
Yeah. Steve got it out of his office, and I got to try it.
We were over at Barstown Bourbon Company for a charity thing, and Steve was with us. And Steve,
yeah, Jason, I would agree with that. Probably closer to a stag than a GTS.
Yeah, that actually I agree with. That's our who I think Doug was asking about that. That's our review of it. Steve Nally was like, yeah, normally I come down
Jason,
here and
what's up, man?
And just kind of like say hi to everybody and do whatever. But he's like, I really like you guys. I like drinking with you guys. So let's go have lunch. And then
we had lunch, and then I was like, do you really have all the discos up there? He goes, oh yeah, I got them up there. I was like, do you have any open? He goes, yeah, I think I have 3 open. I was like, well, I'm not going to complain if you bring it down.
Well, pause here. He looked over at me and then looked over at him and was like, yeah, I got them all upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he he has some that aren't open, and he won't open. He's like, this is what I have left. So
yeah, that is true. That's true. Now, he was really funny though, because maybe we were also drinking, I think we were drinking like William Heaven Hill 15 year that day. Might have brought that to drink and kind of pass around. And as we were drinking that, he's like, wow, that's really good. And he's like, hold on one second. And he got on the phone and called somebody. He's like, I'm going to go pick one of those up after work. Hey, like, from where? He's like, Heaven Hill.
Hey, Rob, Ron's not in here to give him crap about disco with Coke. So this is actually really good. I actually enjoy this.
Yeah.
It's kind of sweet, smooth. Again, it has that little bit of, and maybe this is just Limestone Farm's thing, is just a little sharpness on the front end.
Mm-hmm. So this is $100.
This one's $100. What's the
other one we just did? I didn't have. That one's actually really pricey. So I think that one's like $180.
This is the private stock. This is the $189.99.
Yeah.
We should figure out a way to give away the other parts of this. Don't we still have other things to give away?
Well, yeah, that's something else we got to figure out when we're going to do our Patreon only live stream.
Yeah, we've got to. All you Patreon guys.
Bill literally was supposed to work on that finish touch, like finish getting hold of certain people would be admins today, and then Jeremy will contest. I got a little hung up at Heaven Hill a lot later than what I thought I was going to be, which is fine. I had a great time at Heaven Hill, no complaints.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah, Disco 11. JD,
that's a good find.
You got a Disco 2 for 150. Like that's
no. He found 2 Disco 4s.
2 Disco 4. Yeah,
well, I mean that's still, MSRP.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Maybe a little less than that, but.
Pardizzle, are you talking about what we're doing, the Limestone Farm, that you thought the private stock was legit? The private stock is good. I actually like that one. That's been my favorite so far.
Now, you see, that one actually drinks a little bit older.
Yeah, but it still has just a twinge of sharp. It's not as sharp as these two. These two. Matt, I mean, the Disco 12 is really good. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, outside of drinking the paint that's left on this,
Keith, why have you not picked up the Disco 11 for 130? That's a great deal.
Oh yeah, actually, Keith, yeah, that is a good deal.
This is the private, the private select, private stock.
That's dark. I think it's only.
All right, look up the private. Tell us all about the private one.
Yeah, Jason, that's a good point. That is, Jason, I'll argue. There's really that's up there. I would agree.
Yes, that Chateau Le.
The other thing I would argue that is up there that is just as good, if not better, is either the Unicorn Blend from Angel's Envy, which is stupid, or those first batches of Angel's Envy that came out, and that I think it was like 10 or 11-year-old MGP that was in their finish. It's a whole nother level.
Yeah. That Chateau, yes. My buddy has that bottle, and anytime I go over to his house, we have a pour. A lot of times he'll give me a pour of Pappy 23 and the Chateau, because he's like, the Chateau is so good. And I'm like, yes, it is.
What's crazy is that bottle came out and nobody really knew about it.
Yeah.
Until like after it had already been out for a while, at least here locally. And then like a few people posted about it on some of the big groups or whatever, and it was gone.
Yeah.
It was just gone instantaneously. Yeah. So, because it sat around here for a while, but man, that thing was so freaking good. I think Amin was the first one that I seen post about. I was like, y'all need to get this. And then it jumped to like $1,000 overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason, I agree. Those were stupid. And we're still lucky enough. I have a really good friend who works over at Angel's Envy, so he brings those over every once in a while whenever we do a bottle share or whatever, and he always kind of like, Zemo, my buddy Zemo, he's always funny. He's like, hey, I got something for you. I was like, oh, I already know what you brought.
I already know
what you brought. Really quick. All right, select batch.
Oh,
let me finish.
That drink's completely different.
I like that one. I'm curious now what the other cost of the other one was. Oh wow, you like it that much? You want to pour another one, huh?
I'm afraid I was just going to drink too much of it.
Here's the only thing I'll say about this. I think this is good. I think it's solid.
That is true, Fisk.
The only thing I see with this is like, I feel like I can duplicate this. So for $100, even though I don't think that's honestly too far off on the age.
Yeah.
I feel like I can duplicate this profile, but it's still solid.
Yeah, no,
I'm not knocking it whatsoever. It's solid, but I feel like I can go get this profile.
Yeah.
on here for maybe a little less. But again, it is craft, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, David, I've never actually had a Belle Meade honey. I've only heard great things about it.
Like the originals. Oh, you gave me the thick bottom, whatever this one is. This is such a goofy Glen, and I love it so much.
That's that monkey.
Yeah.
What, the bad monkey or
whatever it was. I love this Glen.
We still need to do that too.
I don't know. We have so much stuff to do.
I know. It's so true. Craft tax, you're right, Keith.
That is, yeah, I don't disagree. But honestly, though, I think it was between 6 and 9 years old in the blend. So you kind of argue for $100. You're pretty close if you're figuring in the $10 per year. But that's
Whiskey Habit.
I don't know. Sometimes that's fair and unfair whenever I'm like, I can kind of duplicate that for less, but it's coming from a big boy distillery.
Yeah. We've not seen the Old Fit 7 in this area yet. For whatever reason, we've not seen it yet. So
I don't know if it's out yet. Jason, have you gotten it yet?
Yeah, you're on the media. He's on the media list.
I don't believe Jason's on the party list.
The party list. So
that's the other. It's so weird.
I know it's like. Oh, I'm sure, Joe, you're going to hate to see that go. I have a couple bottles like that where I still just have just a twinge left.
So,
like this one right here, it's like a quarter of a bottle left. But man, once it's gone, I'm going to be really disappointed that it's gone.
Yeah, I think you can still find them.
I know, you can.
This is a really awesome nose, to be fair.
Yeah, this one drinks completely different than the other three.
So Arkansas 1, Tennessee 1. I'm scrolling through, trying to scroll through scores.
Texas A&M 1.
I think Missouri's going to lose. I think you're right. Texas A&M 1. Texas Tech hasn't played. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is this doing this?
I was down in Tennessee at the lake, RB, and I know you're a Tennessee person, so they had a Jack 12 in the thing, and I was like, how much for this? And they were like $350. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. I don't want that.
What?
Yeah. Blake, I don't want the Rio. You can't make me drink that. It's not good. And
Blake, send me a sample. I'll make him drink it.
No, I'm not. Now you can sneak it, and I might drink it, but I won't be happy about it. I know, RB, like I've seen. I mean, just on the secondary, it is $700 or $800, and it's really good though. I do agree with that. I think I honestly, JD, I think I picked Utah State in that game, but it didn't matter. I don't have whoever comes out of that to win the next game. So, Jason, listen, I wish the Ambarana thing would end. It just needs to. It is not a good. It's not a good bourbon look. The American Light Whiskey 17, yeah, that was really good. I really liked it too. I definitely liked it a lot.
Oh, I need to go back to looking up this thing. I was sitting here getting distracted looking at basketball games. All right, so
it's got a little
private stock.
This private stock's got a little tobacco smell on the front end of it now that I've let it sit for a minute.
Really? I was getting like dark cherries.
No, I get that too.
So this is 8 years old. It's 100. This one's saying 110.4. What was? So I think this is like 113 something. So I guess they just kind of depend on which one you have.
Or that's the newest one that because we did this. This has been 3 or 4 months.
True.
So
70% corn, 10% honeyed wheat, 10% honey malted barley,
yeah,
and 10% distiller's malt.
this has got that dark note that I think that you like a lot.
Probably.
To me, I like this too, but it's got that dark that I think you like too. I mean, if you send it to me, Keith, listen, I will try it, but I feel like you're just trying to prank me. That's what I think. Jason, that Fireball Reserve is so good.
No, Jason, I totally agree with you. That private stock's the best one, just off first pour. I agree with you. It's dark, has dark cherries, plums.
Well, Keith, send me a sample and I will try it without any preconceived notions about it.
It does have like a little like spice to it as well.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not at the front end of it. Like I feel like the front end
it's like mid palate.
Like the front end on these were what it just had that little spice forward.
Wait, what's Keith sending you, by the way?
He said he got a 13th colony Ambarana that Libby loves.
Oh. Well, now hold on. Does she love it because it's 13th colony? Because I know she's a huge fan.
Maybe.
Which is fair.
Maybe.
That's another one I got to reach out to.
Fish, just tell me what you're trying. Are you doing RD1? Because that might be the worst Ambarana of them all.
I've tried that one a few times, and I don't like. My palate was already so shot. And I think I tried them both at Michigan, and I'd already had I'd probably had like 30 like small pours of stuff throughout the day. So it's just kind of like I was to the point where it was all blending together. I'm like, I'm not drinking for flavor at this point. I just need to chill. But
good old Spirit Walker.
I need to find that game.
Is Drake choking?
That is definitely not that game.
I'm gonna be up late tonight watching basketball anyway, so I don't know how long Zach wants to stay here at my house, but we'll see how.
I probably need to go back home and work on channel stuff.
You know how it goes.
Do you? I'm kidding. He does. He totally does. He was working on stuff today.
Don't you hate it when they make you sign into? You're like,
I know.
I don't want to sign in. Just let me watch the
game. I'm like, I literally don't have anything.
What else do we need to try? I feel like there's one more thing down there. What is that? What is the one down there? In that box. There's something in that box. Oh. I feel like we need to try whatever that is. That way we can say we've tried all of them. This is, has anybody heard of Reager? Anybody heard of Reager? This is, we're proud to be sharing our latest release. Hope you enjoy. Cheers, Andy Reager. I think this is from like Missouri or something like that. Is it Missouri? Yes. Yeah. All right. So they sent us a sample of their straight bourbon 90 proof. So we're gonna kind of go through that.
Before I finish, I totally agree with what Jason was saying. The private stock is by far the best one. Like that is like really good. I
agree with that.
I'm gonna say this though. I hate the price of $189.99 out the door.
Yeah.
And it's actually not even out the door. It's online plus shipping and handling.
Yeah.
But This is every bit really good. Like if we had a bottle of it, this would be, I mean, that would, I don't want to say contend for actually whiskey of the year, but this would make the final blinds towards like our top 20 that we talk about.
Yeah, I agree with that. I actually do think it's really good.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this is the best one I've tried all night. Actually for the proof of it, what's the proof of it? It was like 113. It punches up really well.
Yeah, I tried to get so Reager sent us this whole thing maybe 2 months ago or something like that. But I tried to get them to send me their like special offering. And they didn't send it to me. They sent me the 90 proofer because I was like, give me the best of what you got, and let us try to see what it is. But they didn't do that, and it's okay. I appreciate Andy sending it to us, and so hopefully, yes, I think Abandoned Bourbon. I think that is what it was called, Monogram or something like that.
What's up, Bikey? How you doing, buddy?
I know, Bikey. Good to see you. Or I actually don't see you, but I see you. I've heard like that's a crazy thing. I was hoping that they would send it to me. What'd you say?
I almost lost it there whenever you said that. I was in the middle of taking a drink. So what is this?
This is Reager. This is their straight bourbon at 90 proof.
Let me see can I see the paperwork on it?
You can see all the paperwork. You want to see the note that says we're proud of it?
No, but I believe them. I take their word for it.
This is our latest release. We're proud of it.
All right. So the mash bill for this is 56% corn, 30% rye, 14% malted barley.
I wish, Keith, that I could go to anything that has beer and bourbon together. I wish I could go up there and see you because I honestly want to go get a beer right now and drink it.
I mean, you can go get one from the fridge.
That is true.
So it was put into a barrel for at least 4 years, aging in 2 separate warehouses for even more character and layering of flavors. Okay. It's 4 years old, 90 proof. Do we have a price point on this?
It's not available in our area anyway. I'm not sure what the price. I can't remember what the price point is. But they're only shipping to or distributing in a few states. Candied bacon on a stick, yes, please, Keith.
It looks like it's $38.99 or $32.99 in certain other places.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can get down with that.
Has a little malty smell to it. What'd you say the mash bill was?
56% corn, 30% rye, 14% malted barley. Mikey, have you tried it?
It has a little malted barley, a little malted smell to it. I get that. All right, Jared, it's a budget bottle. Okay, yeah, $38, $32, $35, yeah. If any of y'all Missouri people are here, I'm sure you can find this in your home state.
Kansas City. Has a nice little like cherry cola note to it on the nose.
It seems very light after drinking what we've drank at 115, 120 proof or whatever.
Yeah. Actually, I agree with that.
I've heard good, again, Bikey, you brought up Monogram, and somebody else brought up Monogram. That's the one I tried to get them to send me a sample of, but they didn't do it.
I mean, it's not overly complex. There's some good like orange notes on there. There's some good cherry notes on there. Not a lot of finish. Now, we have been drinking some stuff that's a little bit higher proof.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the lowest proof thing we've had all night.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fine. for $32, I think is what I've seen online. Wherever it was at, maybe I already deleted it.
Yeah.
I definitely don't hate that. Drake's coming back. I say coming back. They're not. They're building back up their lead.
This was the sexy pick to beat. This and I think McNeese State was.
Oh yeah, I
was a sexy
those.
pick. Yeah, I think I picked Drake to win this too. That might be the most hateable guy in all of college basketball.
How he flexes. What is he? Is
Missouri's whatever his name is what is his name? Grill or whatever?
I don't know. He is
Bear Grylls.
I can't say it on live stream what I want to say about him.
He's the worst.
But he is terrible.
I don't even know. I mean, he might be the nicest guy ever, but his hair is the worst.
Well, okay. So whenever you're on the court, and I can say this because it's Dave over here. I know Dave. Whenever he watches certain basketball players,
he does look like Butthead. That is good.
Whenever he watches certain basketball players, regardless of how nice or kind they are, I know there are certain things that drive him crazy. And for the longest time, and maybe it's still this way, I remember when Steph Curry would drive you crazy.
Oh, I hated Steph Curry.
Who hates Steph Curry?
I'm a Lakers fan. I hate Steph Curry. He's the worst.
He is literally the kindest dude ever. Bourbon, not so great. But, still.
Yeah, this is fine. This is a fine, this would be a good, starter bourbon if you're drinking for the night.
I agree. Or if it's really hot outside, you're wanting to chill.
Oh, yeah, like a great summertime.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, by far, this is not.
Andy Reager, if you're watching this, good work.
Yeah.
Send us the monogram next time, too, because I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, this is actually, it's solid through and through. I like it. For what it is. And also, this is a prime example.
Mikey, why'd you say 5,000?
I don't know. This is also a prime example of if you're going to do a craft whiskey to not overcharge for it.
Yeah.
I think this is a
great price point. I don't know what your monogram is. I think it's it was 100 or something like that.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's because he's awesome. Curry really is awesome. I got nothing against him really. He's awesome.
Also, what do you think of the Heritage Collection 19 year? I know you did a review. I haven't watched any of it 'cause I didn't want to watch anybody's review until after I tried it. So that way I wasn't persuaded. Oh, good. Unfortunately, I'm on duty until 7 a.m. Super excited to crack it tomorrow.
It's really good. I actually kind of want to try it. So I'm going to open one of mine, too.
Blake, you're pushing it, bud. You're pushing it.
Listen, all I want to say is Bourbon Outfitters, y'all try too hard.
No, they do a good job.
They fucking try too hard.
Why don't you just use a little No, he'll figure it out.
This is beating me up.
Rob, you're not wrong.
I'm just gonna open it like this and leave it in the package. Yes, listen, Hunter Dickinson is the worst possible college player ever in the history of college players. He was terrible at Michigan. He's terrible at Kansas. Kansas should have kicked him out last year and kept him from playing again.
Yeah, Keith, I agree with you.
I mean, Keith, it is great packaging.
Jason, he doesn't carry a knife. That's his problem.
No, I don't carry a knife.
He doesn't. He has soft hands. He don't carry no knife. Even as a part-time electrician. Soft hand, weak ankles. Are you being serious right now?
I mean, are we having fun or what? My birthday was 4 days ago, so He didn't get me anything for my birthday. I was at the SEC tournament.
Yeah. I got you a Christmas present.
You did give me a Christmas present, right? Here. This is really good. It actually tastes like...
I bought you something that I didn't think you'd buy yourself.
No, I wouldn't have bought that, for sure. All right. The Evernorth pick. We just did this like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they did a really good job turning that around.
Our nice little sticker on it. Yay, look.
I know. If we go back up there again, we'll have to figure out the sticker situation before we go, probably, with how quick they can turn around stuff.
Yeah, so CJP, I would normally, like, before last year, I would have said, no, it's not worth paying the VIP for.
No, totally. Not until last year.
But last year was unbelievable. I don't even know what else to say about it. It was just unbelievable. Like, Heaven Hill dropped so much stuff. Rob, leave me alone. Heaven Hill dropped so much stuff. Makers did a great job of dropping.
Makers did a really good job. You had to wait in line, but they did.
You had to wait in line, but like they did a great job. Just for Heaven Hill alone, it would have been worth it.
Yeah, it's actually true.
So if you get the VIP ticket, it's worth having the VIP ticket. It was just a good event. You got all the bottles you want. Yeah, my birthday was March the 12th, so that would have been last Wednesday or something like that. I appreciate it. Thank you for the birthday well wishes.
But here's the other thing, too. Even if you came to the event, you did like one day here or one day there, you could go to Four Roses. They had the Four Roses LE.
Yeah, the Four Roses LE was there.
And if you did it like how I was telling people to do, you could have actually gotten two. You could have went to Maker's Mark each and every single day to get a seller's age.
Yeah.
Could have went to Jim Beam. You could have gotten the Infinity and the Reserve. And then if you got lucky...
Oh, that nose is really good.
I know. And then if you got lucky, which honestly, you didn't have to get lucky. You just had to be kind of aware of what was going on. You could have gotten into the Heaven Hill event, which would have been Old Fitz 13 and the Heritage Collection 18 year.
Yeah.
So there were, even if you didn't go and you were just in the area, you had a ton of opportunity to score stuff.
See, CJ as well, like as soon as they go on sale, you probably need to get them because I do think because of how well last year went, the VIP tickets are going to go very, very fast.
Well, and here's the truth with that as well, is that not only the VIP tickets, but every ticket that is available outside of probably the $7,000 tickets, because that's
who's gonna?
I mean, outside of Rob in this chat, probably and maybe Blake, probably nobody else is going to spend that money on it. But with that being said,
that's even better than I remember it to be.
Most of the people who buy those VIP tickets are out of town, because I mean, when we were there, probably out of every 10 people we talked to, 9 of them were from out of town.
Yes.
So, and when I say out of town, out of the state, like Texas, New York, Washington, Alaska, Hawaii. I think every state was represented.
Yeah.
From there. But now you have a lot of locals trying to get into it.
Yeah.
Because the locals got burned so many years in a row or they were just kind of it's just try stuff and whatever. So I just think now everybody's going to be trying to compete.
Doug, are you on Patreon? Good. Listen, I'll send you a sample of it if you want to taste it. I don't mind sending you a sample, even if you're not on Patreon. But just message me and I'll send you a sample of it. This. By the way, thank you for all you guys who are on Patreon. This sold out in
appreciate it
in an hour or whatever. We totally
it
appreciate
was not an hour.
Whatever, 3 hours.
It was more like 4, 5.
3 or 4, whatever. But it got through.
I was taking care of it. Don't worry.
It got through the tiers, and then there were like 9 bottles left after the tiers. So, last year's KBF was really awesome. I was really busy because I had to preach that weekend too.
Yeah, you're not going to make that same mistake, are you?
No, I'm going to try to stay away from that. There's some potential fun stuff with that weekend for us in Bourbon Kingdom for that. So if you're going to be down here, just kind of keep your eyes and ears open because there could be some meetup opportunities and stuff.
Man, that stuff looks dark.
It is dark, man. It's really dark.
I don't know if y'all can tell or not through here, but man, that stuff looks dark. It was only like 120 bottles. It wasn't a lot in that barrel.
Jason, there are still Bardstown cathedrals. They are slow rolling that out. As a matter of fact, I still need to get one. The couple times that I've been able to like get away and actually go get one, they weren't releasing them in Bardstown. They were releasing them downtown, and I live closer to I live closer to Bardstown, so
yeah. Yeah, this is still really good. It's kind of even gotten a little bit more like grapey.
I agree with that. There is a grape note in there that
that was a lot of fun. Yeah, no, this I was really happy with this pick. Whenever we went and picked it, it was really funny. We all voted for barrel 5, except for Jack. He wanted barrel 2 because he only wanted barrel 2.
Well, and Jack took barrel 2.
Oh, Jack, he got barrel 2. His own. As I told Sean's like, what do you mean we're selling 2 barrels today? You're buying 2? I was like, no. The guy who has the liquor store is taking one.
Yeah.
He's like, oh. But anyways, so everybody agreed on the pick team. Everybody agreed that 5 was either the best or one of the best. So we all kept 5. And then there was like this big debate on trying to keep another one. And I was like, would y'all just want to keep 5? Like, are we in agreement? Like, keep? And everybody's like, yep, totally. And I was like, that's easy enough.
AV, we have not seen JD 14 yet.
It has not hit stay.
The 2 stores that I go to have not. They've not seen it yet.
Yeah.
Because our JD 14 is like half gone, isn't it already?
It's more than halfway gone.
Yeah.
FX. Jason, is that you? Medic 124? That has to be Jason. I'm assuming that is. Barrel 6 was good, and there was honestly all the barrels that we tried there except for one, the very first one. Okay, that's what I thought. They were
Justin that hit 10 and 12 hit Iowa today. Did you all get one? Hi, Jason. Good old FF Medic. Now we know who you are.
I assume so. Well, he made a comment earlier. I was like, how would he know?
How would he know?
That makes sense.
He might have been there.
I agree, though. All of them that we tried, even the Ross and Squid barrels that we had, they were really good. They were a little bit lighter on the profile, but they were also really good. Except for the first one, and I thought the first one was so good. I thought that one though was honestly like that would be a good barrel to blend with because it has a really good base, has some punchiness to it that I thought would be really, really good.
Oh, Heaven Hill 19 hit in Kansas. That's kind of crazy.
Why is Michter's 10 years so expensive compared to other 10 years? So if you're comparing like 10 years, such as like Eagle Rare, Russell's 10, those are pretty big boy distilleries. Like, like those M10s, like they're expensive because that's still source barrels. Like that's not even their own stuff.
Yeah.
And if this makes you feel any better, they're actually not even 10 years old. They're probably closer to 14, 16 years old. Most of those barrels.
Rob, is Jim in here? Because if Jim's in here, ask Jim if he sees UC San Diego upsetting Michigan.
But the other thing is like Michter's itself is kind of like an in-between distillery. They're not a craft distillery by no means, but they're not really a big boy at all.
They're definitely not a big boy.
Because they're not in every state. Like they're in Canada where it was.
Yeah.
Was in Canada.
I'm going to get some more water. I'll be back.
Okay. But they're in between that, and they use that price point, and they just, I don't want to say they take advantage, but they know what they have, so they're able to charge that and go from there. So this will be really hilarious. I just went over there into the sink and got water. He's going upstairs, so I'm going to love to see if his family talks and you all hear it. Good luck. Okay, so Josh, this is actually a really great question. If that's the price for JD 14 secondary, it's good, but not worth that. A, Josh, have you had it? And B, we were talking about this earlier. When it comes to, because I think somebody asked if it was a fair trade to do JD 14 for Russell's 15. So I did a blind. Dave was at the SC tournament. We needed video. So I did a blind of those two plus an Old Fitz 13 and then King Kentucky. And it beat, Jack Daniels 14 beat King and beat Old Fitz 13. It did not beat Russell's 15 for me. In my opinion, it hasn't, Jack Daniels 14 hasn't hit everywhere yet. It really just came out the distillery, and then they sent out to YouTubers and stuff like that, some Instagrammers. And so there's not really any bottles really floating around. So if you're looking to go that route, if you are worried that you're not going to see it in your area or whatever else, I would wait until it really starts to flood, because I think it will go down in price or go down in trade value, in my opinion.
AV, here's the deal. Like, the Thomas Handy to me is the lesser of all of the BTAC. I mean, that's still probably, gosh, I still don't think you should probably trade it for the JD 14. But
I'll tell you right now. I think, are we talking this year's? Or are we talking this year's Thomas H. Handy? Oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah, I would trade that in a heartbeat.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, this year's Handy's fine. Like, It's not great.
I feel like that's what we say about every Handy every year.
All
right.
So
if we do a store, do you all like this hat?
There are,
because that might be.
I want to make sure I word this correctly. There are certain Thomas H. Handys that are great. Not all of them are, though. And then there are other ones that are actually kind of bad. So Dennis, I haven't heard that rumor that 10 years is going to go away. I've just heard that both of them will coexist. We have some Buffalo Trace contacts, but they just work in production. They're not they're not important. Yeah. But whenever I've asked them about it, they act like, we're fairly certain that 10 years is going to be here. Yeah. So it's not going away.
I can't imagine them getting rid of the 10-year. Like, it's just a staple in their.
Well, I think what they want to do, I think what Buffalo Trace is trying to do is trying to get to the point to where 10-year can be back on the shelves on a regular basis. Yeah. I think
which is nice.
Yes.
Buffalo Trace has been back on a.
I don't think they have necessarily think that E.H. Taylor is going to get to that point, but I think they feel like Eagle Rare will. We'll see. I think out of all of them, like even like the Weller Special Reserve and Blanton's, I don't think they think that will ever like sell on shelves or whatever. But
all right, when we do a store, this hat will be available to purchase. I like it. This was a one-off from the guy. My cousin is the guy who's doing all of our merch and stuff. So he was like, "Hey, I'm going to make this one." I was like, well, cool. I'll make it. I'll wear it and see if people like it.
Justin, I haven't looked at prices on anything, but is $400 actually steep for a 15 Handy? I don't recall if I've tried that one or not, though. So I don't even know if that's a fair price for it. But
it's probably.
I would think, because
I don't think that's steep. I feel like
that's probably a good deal.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad deal.
Say Hulu maple? I'm assuming you mean
the Nulu. Okay, so I didn't get it, but I tried it the other day at.
Was that the dark labeled one?
It just released not too long ago. Mm-hmm. I tried it at Evergreen last week, and so I always feel like Nulu is overpriced. for whatever reason. I just feel like they're overpriced. And it was good. I don't remember what the price was. It was like an $8 or $10 pour, so I'm assuming it was $100 above $90, somewhere between the $90 and $120. I would assume. I just don't know that I would pay that for a Nulu product.
Yeah. Like that's. I've had a couple Nulu products that I think are really, really great. Like I have a pick from Just House Bourbon from years ago, and it tastes like a Hawaiian roll with like a jam in there, and it's phenomenal. Like it's stupid good. And then I've had other ones where they're so incredibly overpriced where I'm like, ugh, I hate this. You know, the problem is with
Rob, thank you for asking Jim if he thought that they were going to lose or not.
The problem is with Nulu is whenever that price jump happened, Nulu, you know, there was basically of the MGP distilleries that were sourcing from there, you know, Smoke Wagon ate a lot of cost. They went up a little bit eventually, but they ate a lot of cost. You know, Nashville went half and half, and then Nulu said, no, the customer is going to eat all of it. So it just kind of is what it is. I was getting ready to look up something, though, and I forget what I was getting ready to look up. It was something important that somebody said here, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, Keith. Yeah, I remember you guys missing that 2019 handy. I'm sorry, guys. That does suck. Keith, only Buffalo Trace would give out a handy on Valentine's Day. Hey, I appreciated the comedy in that one.
That is, I do appreciate that. Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, I'm happy with that too, for sure.
I am going to tell Casey, though, that whenever we go and we pick stuff, we can't pick any more Source Green River. We can't have 3 picks in a row.
Yeah, we don't need Source Green River. I feel like...
So, AV Nation, I personally really like a lot of rare character stuff I've had. Have I had some stuff that's a little overpriced or not great? Sure. There's just a lot of it out there. But I have a bunch of stuff too from rare character.
Yeah, you do have a bunch of rare characters. I think the only rare character I have is one that,
and that's a good one too.
Yeah, this is good.
That was given to us.
Yeah, this was given to us.
I actually would love to be able to talk to Pablo about doing a pick with him, and that's something that I just kind of have on the back burner to try to figure out. So.
Josh, are you talking about our Evernorth pick? Yeah, it was kind of a short barrel. It was like 120 bottles. So it just depends on what you consider a short barrel or not. I do kind of consider that a short barrel. Now our BK secret sauce, this one was a really short barrel. I think there were like 60 something bottles available for that.
I consider anything that's under 100 bottles a shorty. You know, it also depends on who you're getting something from. So like some people will argue that anything under 150, some people will argue anything 120 and younger, less. It just, there's not like a clear definition on that. I just think of anything under 100 is a shorty. So appreciate it, Josh. Yeah, I thought it was really good too. I thought whenever we tried it, I mean, we got to try a bunch of things up there. I think we tried like 8 barrels.
I feel like it was like 7 or 8, and then we had like a couple other barrels that we tried.
Oh yeah, whenever you were like, "This is great," and me and Dan's like, "Yeah." I still want to do the competition, you and Sean versus me and Dan.
Yeah, heck yeah, we're gonna do it.
We would crush you all.
No, you won't.
We would crush you all.
That's not true.
I don't even know how we would judge it. But we'd have to send. I feel like we'd have to send.
You'd have to send samples to a bunch of different people.
Oh, I know how we would do it. We could send samples to both of our top tiers, and then they just judge, and then the winner, like we do it blind.
Yeah, of course, they have to be blind.
That's how we would do it.
I like it.
I love that idea.
I like it.
Yes, Blake, I did try it. I liked it. I thought it was great.
Blake, I've not tried.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
We tried a lot that day. Look, let me say this. When we were up at Evernorth, like, here's the cool thing about Sean and I. Sean and I are like, let's try some shit. And like, we'll literally just go through.
Keith, we don't need no handicap. I don't know what you're talking about, Keith. Listen, Sean and I, we can stand on our own merit.
Knows. This is what I'm talking about over here.
Keith, you left a Rio in our hotel room. I got nothing for you.
Oh, man. Okay, so Sean's like, hey, man.
I love you, Keith.
You want to try this? You want to try this Burr Rye? It's like 60% Sagamore and 40% whatever bourbon it was. And he's like, it's not. And Sean did say, to be fair, Sean's like, it's not ready yet, but I think it's good. And I tried it. I'm like, I kind of see some potential, like maybe age it for a little longer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice, but I'm also trying to be fair. And then Dave's over here like, can we take this home today? And I'm like, no. Like I didn't tell him no on anything. Whenever I asked you, I was like, do you have a favorite barrel?
I do have about a half of 375 of that.
Yeah, he actually took a sample home of it. And I'm just like,
I've drank it like 2 or 3 times since I've been home too. It's quirky. It is a quirky little monster.
I told this to Dan because Dan had a bunch of hateful words about his own barrel. I said, I can see there being potential if you age it longer. Maybe throw some heat on there, see what it does.
Shelby, you're looking at my the lion's share of my bourbon collection. Like, I have a bunch of just mediocre stuff. I have a few good things that are sitting back here around in here. But like most of, Zach has, if you want to really see a good collection, you go see Zach's collection.
I got too much.
He does have too much, but I benefit from that. So I will never say that he has too much. Listen, AV Nation, that's
a really good one.
It has been my most anticipated to this point, and it did not disappoint. I was glad that it didn't disappoint. That Penelope 17, it's been really, really good.
Yeah. And shout out to Jack. He helped us actually get that bottle.
Shelby, I have nowhere near 700 bottles. I probably have 200 bottles, probably somewhere in there.
I bet you got more than 200.
Maybe.
Here's the thing. So whenever I was going through mine,
Justin, you're so right about it. Between Zach's Stag and President's Choice is more than some people's whole collection. I do agree with that.
I plead the fifth. So whenever I was going through, and I thought whenever I was like going through my whole collection, I thought I had like probably like 700 to 800 bottles. And then whenever I stopped at 1,100, I wasn't done yet, but whenever I stopped at 1,100 bottles, I was like, here's the thing. I didn't have as much until I started the channel.
That is true. And I feel like the channel, truthfully, my wife bought me a bourbon cart for Father's Day, like Father's Day 2020. And I had like 8 bottles on there. And I've now created a part of a live stream and then a bourbon cart full of bourbon up there, the same. Bill, I feel like over time, yes, I don't know go bad is the necessary term. I just think they don't taste as good as they used to.
So actually, I think, Bill, yes, I have had bottles go bad, but it's because the corks have went bad. So the corks dry out and it's really
Michael, it
depends on the brand.
Michael, he has more Stag than M10s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had to think about that for a second.
Although he has pulled away from Stags in a way.
Yeah, they're not as good.
Yeah.
Now most of the Stag picks we get in this area are still pretty good. So that I will go after. But really, honestly, like the Stags that we've had here recently, I'm more worried about trying to get Like I worry about getting the ones that we need to review, but like I'm not worried about getting backups because we haven't had any good ones here.
Yeah, that is true. Jason, you don't really have to stop. You can feel like you need to stop, but you don't really have to stop.
Dennis, so I have, and I've done some stuff with corks, like I've switched out corks, and really what I've figured out, it's for me at least, and I know everybody's a little different, and I know situations are different. You know, if you're bottles and corks and stuff can matter on temperature of your room, can matter on humidity in your room. There's a bunch of different factors actually, like from talking to distilleries that they'll talk to you about, even the proofs in the bottles. But like the number one distillery I figured out that their corks go bad, in my opinion, is Old Forester. Like I've had some corks go bad on President's Choices where like I can literally soft lift and close them. Like there's no pressure whatsoever. And I've had to switch them out. So
hey, Justin,
it just depends.
Yeah, Justin, I had the Hazmat Liquor Barn pick, and it was fine, but it wasn't anything to write home about.
Are you talking about the highest?
It was like 147 or whatever.
Yeah. So our Liquor Barn here locally, they got the highest proof.
A little bit of that.
Well, I mean, I guess.
You have to find a Glen that's...
Anyways, our Liquor Barn, they got the highest proof stag that's ever been produced. So I didn't think it was bad. I thought it needed some air, but I didn't think it was bad.
I didn't think it was bad, but it was definitely...
I think Keith has it.
Keith does have it. He says it has no finish. Keith says it has no finish.
Yeah. Here's what's
what's funny. All of y'all who are asking, Zach has done a collection video, and it's been on our Google file for like a year.
Yeah.
He probably should just scrap that and do a new one.
Well, I can still do the shelves and stuff.
Yeah.
Because shelves haven't changed.
Yeah.
I just like the front shelves or whatnot. I guess I probably should do that.
Yeah, we probably should.
I just haven't.
All right, he'll do it and he'll post it. Oh, it's so good. This is so good.
Yeah.
This really is so good.
I go back and forth on which one I like more, if I like this one or the Purple Label one more.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hazmat one is truly, it's one of the best bourbons I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And you haven't had that one yet.
No, I've never had that one. But I've only heard really good things about it.
See, like, that's like the stuff like, hey, Dave, why don't we buy one of those? It'll only take us like 2 months to save up to buy one.
Hey, Travis, listen, if we can talk them into giving us a Hazmat pick, I would be totally on board for that.
Okay, so I'm not going to say that that's not out of the question. Dennis,
listen, if I say it, he feels obligated to do it. He's already done it, and we've just been sitting on the video for so long that he needs to update it. So
yeah, I do need to update it. But here's what I would say to the Hazmat stuff, Travis. Whenever I was down there at Jack Daniels, I got to try some stuff. Hazmat was hot. Like it wasn't what like for example, I wouldn't want that as a Patreon pick. So, even like the label of it being Hazmat and having Bourbon Kingdom on there,
it had to be the right Hazmat.
Exactly. Like it has to be good.
Yeah.
It has to be, we've been very fortunate to where with Green River and then Evernorth, like I can talk to them and be like, hey, I want something good. Like I don't want something mediocre. I don't want something that's whatever. And luckily we have great relationships with both to where that's fine. So,
yeah.
And I think, I have a great relationship with Casey from Nashville Barrel Company. So I know we'll get another good pick out of them. And if I just, like I've already told Casey, if I don't like it, then we'll send it back and we'll try again.
Hey, Joe, just don't do Early Times Bottle and Bond in a blind because it ends up being terrible in a blind. And I love that bottle. It's so good. RB, my everyday pour, and again, I don't drink every day, but when I'm grabbing for something, the high wheat from Bardstown is like one of those that I just like start to drink on. And I like it a lot, so it has a tendency to be one of the ones but honestly, I will try to just pour different things because I just exercising my palate in some ways and trying a bunch of different things.
Yeah, I'm kind of to the point right now to where I am just, I mean, honestly, I'm just basically just drinking like random stuff all the time now.
Yeah.
Trying to kill some bottles, trying to get rid of some bottles just that need to be killed.
Listen, if you can find this Heaven Hill 15 on the secondary somewhere, I'm sure it's still only going for a little bit over retail. You should probably find it.
It wasn't over. It was a little bit more than over retail.
That's what I said, a little over retail.
But I think, wasn't this like 180 something?
This was like it was like almost 200.
Are they going for like 450?
Not that I've seen.
What was the last one you seen?
I haven't seen them in a long time. So, but still, even $200 over, it's a good bottle.
Yeah, Travis, I seen that 20-year. I think it was a 20-year Dickel, but it didn't go through the Lincoln County process or something. There was something funky or weird about that. So. But I do know, talking to them down there, I do know that they have some of their like real like famous Kelvins that they have down there still. They still have some of that. I know some of those little books are starting to get some heat on them. Those single barrels and stuff like that. I would be interested in trying some of those just because like I felt like there was potential on some of those picks. They just needed some heat and some age, and then they would get a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, and Casey said they're kind of starting to come into to their own. So, it'd be interesting to see. As much as I would love to go down there, I love the idea of what we would do for that pick.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I forgot to even check on these games here.
UCLA's up. Omaha's up on St. John's 20-19. Michigan's giving UC San Diego all they want. This is the greatest 2 days in sports. Thursday and Friday, greatest 2 days.
Of course, I got to go back into work tomorrow.
Oh, are you off your sabbatical now?
Yeah.
What, are you working days?
I work nights.
Oh, okay. Well,
I still have my minion for 4 days, and then I think he'll get certified on my Friday day work when I go back. So, but then I think I'm gonna have to.
Josh, I don't think we've seen the 05, the 2501 yet. I've not seen it.
No, I haven't either. Is it out yet? I don't know if it's out, or at least I haven't seen it if it is. All right. Well,
Michael, like for me, I have to work for my dad tomorrow, so
has to. He has the option.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean,
you're financially making a wise decision.
Yeah, it's just good tax-free money, so it's hard to pass that over.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Uncle Sam doesn't get his hands on greedy little paws on my money.
Oh, don't talk to me about taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, all right, are we good here? I think we're good here, right?
I feel like it.
I feel like we've been doing this long enough.
I feel like we accomplished a lot today.
Yeah. Been doing it for an hour and a half.
Hunt video. Josh, I do agree. Hunt videos are fun, but we just, I don't know how.
I mean, I've done them. You can do one.
I could,
but you won't. No, Josh,
I don't hunt a lot. Like, that's the crazy thing is, like, I don't really hunt a lot. I have 2 stores that I shop at.
So here's the thing about hunt videos for us.
I went narrow in my scope outside of going to distilleries when they release something.
Same. So here's the thing about a hunt video. We are in a situation where we have relationships with stores that, like, we talk about whenever we get something from a store, right? Like, people know I go to Nulu or Liquor Barn Springhurst or Kroger.
Yeah.
And whenever I talk about these stores, there are literally people from out of town. And then there are definitely certain locals that go to that store. And just tell you all a quick story because it's kind of funny. I think we did Blatant Straight from the Barrel. Yeah. We did that review and got that bottle. Now, that bottle just so happened to be sitting out there on like the little like thing, like the little like island thing that they have out there where they normally serve wine. Grab the bottle from there because I wanted to do a review of, that because it's been going out a bunch. We got it in like November. We didn't do the review until like February or March of last year. So this is like, there was some time that went by. We do the review. We talk about where we get the bottle from. The next day there's like 10, there was a line out front of the store and multiple people were asking, hey, we've seen that Zach got this bottle from here. We want one of those bottles too. And then, of course, the store manager, who we're super cool with, and he was super cool too. He's like, hey, were you telling people you got this bottle from here the other day? I was like, we talked about it on the review that we did.
Yeah.
But we said we got it a long time ago and that we just took our time doing the review.
Yeah.
But so that stuff does kind of happen. But anyways.
Blake, I get it.
Oh, Blake, don't even get me started on that one.
I get it. I get it. It's a store that has nothing, but it ends up having Eagle Thief.
That's so disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting. And also, by the way, hunt videos, I think like what Bruzel does, like, TJ's, we're cool with TJ and everything. I think what he does, especially traveling so much, I think it really works for him. The problem is if we did hunting videos like every month, we would show a lot of the same stuff because that is correct. We go to a lot of the same stores because we know what stores put out stuff or we're not regulars at, so it's kind of a waste of time. Distilleries would be different.
Yeah.
Distilleries would be fun.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about doing one for Derby this time. I was going to do one for Derby last time, then I was at certain stores not to. Yeah. So I was like, So we'll see how it goes. Jim and Rob could have done one last time for Derby. Yeah. And all they would have gotten was Heaven Hill Select Stock.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob. Wanted to poke at that for a little bit. Cheers, Rye Guy.
Rob, that's not true. I don't get handed anything. Well, sometimes I do.
Rob's literally in a group chat, and he knows.
In some ways, it's true, but not totally true. I work every once in a while. Every once in a
while. He has his moments.
I do. I have my moments. That is true.
Same guy who walks into a store and just picks up a King Kentucky.
That is true. That is true. I'd like to do that again. Mm-hmm. Haven't done that in a while.
Liquor Barn's doing their raffle, so you'll have a shot.
Oh, yeah. Liquor Barn's doing a raffle March 29th.
Yeah.
I think it's March 29th. So if any of you all are in town on March 29th.
Justin, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. I'm actually surprised you haven't taken a couple bottles out of my basement here recently. I thought there was a couple you were going to take.
I do need to take the Cathedral.
Here's the thing. You can take it, but you have to leave stuff for end of the year. You're really bad about not leaving stuff for end of the year.
I mean, you have another bottle of it.
I'm not opening that other bottle anytime soon.
Yeah. I mean, we might open it at the end of the year. Oh, nice, Rye Guy. That's awesome. You won a Heaven Hill 13. That's a great win.
Oh, that's awesome.
How did you win? What did you? Where did you win that?
I'm trying to think. I guess we actually really don't have a whole lot coming out here.
Oh, nice duck racing. Listen, the duck racing is always a good way to go.
Oh, I hear you, Jason. Good luck with that tonight. Hopefully it's nothing. If you're gonna get woken up in the middle of the night, hopefully it's worth getting woken up in the middle of the night. That's what I would always say. Like, make it.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Make it so terrible that you
Look. If you're gonna have a terrible day,
if you're gonna get up, and
if you're gonna have a terrible day, at least let me be there for it. So that's how I always used to say about that.
True.
But all right. I think I'm done drinking for the night.
All right.
I feel like we actually did drink quite a bit tonight.
We did. There
ain't no way I'm gonna be able to do those reviews after this.
No, we'll just call it a night.
Yeah, I think so
we'll
too.
just call it a night. Hopefully, hey, listen.
Oh, Jason, we should trade stories sometimes. I know we've already traded stories over another situation. But at some point in time, we need, over pours and cigars, we need to trade stories.
Yeah, I don't need to hear nothing about a rectal bleed. So
no.
All right. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. This has been a little bit of a long one tonight, but that's okay. We haven't done it in a while. Hopefully, we will kind of get on a semi-regular schedule where we can do this more often, so that we're not every 2 or 3 months we're doing it, as opposed to like once every 3 weeks or something like that. So hopefully we can get on that. We appreciate you all. Appreciate the love. Check out our Patreon, all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll see you.
See you guys. Yeah, we actually